Hey everybody, I was going to do an unboxing video, then I kind of got impatient and just wanted in to see the figure itself. But I wanted to do a quick video of my attempts to get myself a Part 4 Jason Voorhees figure in 1/6 scale. So this is kind of where I started. It's on a very, very cheap, I think it's a Sideshow body, and it's a Sideshow style head. I had sculpted this myself. At the time, I was pretty proud of it. Now it's a little embarrassing. It's not a great head sculpt at all. But this is where I started with it. The shirt that this figure had on was actually the one that, if you saw my Part 6 figure that I did a review on, it was that same shirt, that poorly dyed, kind of splotchy looking green shirt. So this was in my collection for quite a while. It was one of my few 1/6 scale figures. I had this, I think the old Sideshow Jason Goes to Hell. You can also kind of see on the body there's some kind of like glue and foam residue. That was from me attempting to bulk up the body after I'd had it a while. I wanted to try to give him a little better Jason physique. He was just kind of this scrawny little thing. So I tried that to make him a little more intimidating. Never really worked out the way I wanted it to. After that, I switched over to this figure. And actually, if we scroll all the way down, he has the same boots and the same pants that were originally on the figure with the other body. So the pants are way too large, just brown pants. The shoes are, I guess, okay quality 1/6 shoes. They're at least soft and have laces to them. I'm not a big fan of the ones that are kind of like just hard rubber. And the hands are also the same, just the Sideshow hands. I bloodied them up and painted the nails black on them. But the big improvement on this figure for me was the shirt. I actually found a shirt that looks pretty close to Jason's actual shirt. It actually has real functioning buttons on it, which was a really crazy plus side to me. It just keeps you from seeing those weird little clip, tab things that a lot of figures use. So I really like the look of this shirt. I also have a fat suit under it. If I turn him to the side, you might be able to kind of see it. It just has a little bit of extra bulk in his gut there, and that just kind of gave him more of the shape I wanted. Now, the head on here isn't the head that it's supposed to be, obviously. This is the old Sideshow Part 3 head. I had swapped it onto this body after a while. I thought maybe I could customize it to make it a Part 4. This is actually the mask that I ripped off, so you can actually pull it off and see that sad little Sideshow sculpt underneath. And also, that is removable, and because the head was much larger than something that was made to go on one of these bodies, I actually 3D printed out this cork, basically, to serve as an adapter between the normal neck peg and the new head. So these parts here are what I just got in the mail today. This is a set I bought off a user. I believe it was on the 1/6 Fly Facebook group, but I don't remember off the top of my head. He posted it in a few different groups. But the head sculpt and the mask and everything is, I guess, the Beto Metalli sculpt, which was not painted by Beto. It was sold as a blank and then painted up by its previous owner, which is kind of similar to how I got my new Jason Goes to Hell. It also came with an axe and a full outfit, including pants, the green shirt, and another fat bodysuit to go underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and set the figure up with all of these parts. I'm going to keep my boots, obviously, because there's no boots with this. I'll use the same hands again, I think. But outside of that, I'm going to try out and see how everything here works together on the existing body, and then I may choose to swap out one or two bits depending on what I like best. Mostly the shirt and the undershirt. Okay, and here is the full figure in full new costume. One thing I forgot to mention in the previous segment is the body that I was using previously, that is still this body here, is one of the DAM Toys, or DAM Toys, Gangster Kingdom bodies. Same thing I'm using on my Part 6 Jason. It has a little bit of a broader shoulder to it, so it works really well for Jasons. I think even some people use it for like Leatherface from the original movie and stuff like that. One downside you can see here is I had to do some mods to get the pegs to actually fit into the wrists, so there's some blue tack kind of sticking out, so just ignore that for now. It's just something I need to fix in the future. But I will say, the overall upper body of this figure I am really pleased with. I like this new shirt a lot. I was actually kind of debating whether it was going to look as good as the one I had on there, but it's definitely much, much better. I think I was delusional for a minute there. We still have the white of that undershirt sticking out, which looks good. You can see him here with the hockey mask and that axe in hand. And that axe appears to be real metal, which is fantastic. The downside, though, are these pants. Just like the other pants, they're way too long for him. So I'm not really sure why that's the case. I have the Sideshow Jason pants, the new Sideshow Part 3 Jason pants, on my Part 6 body, and they're not nearly this baggy. So I don't know if I just keep getting stuff that's meant for a much taller body or what, but this looks really kind of ridiculous. So I have to figure out what to do about the pants. It's kind of a shame that that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Not sure if I'll end up doing a full review on this, but I did want to just do a quick rundown of look at this thing. You can see the mask there. Looks pretty good. I kind of wish it was a little glossier, personally, but I'd have to go back and double check. I think it is pretty dinged up and dull by Part 4. Then I'll pop the mask off. The head isn't stuck on yet. I have to add some stuff there. I might have to trim down the neck post a little bit because the neck piece is floating a little bit over the shoulders, so I'll have to play with that a little bit. But I like the upper body on this thing. It looks decent. But there he is with his exposed ugly ass head. Looks pretty damn cool. I'm excited to have a better looking Part 4 in my collection for sure. One thing I am going to have to look into is getting a little bit of hair done on this. It doesn't have any hair, and Part 4 of course had some last little straggly strands there. Probably just need to find somebody who's good at that and have them maybe just do this and my Jason Goes to Hell, just so I could have them both looking their best, I guess. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the progression of this figure. Just have to figure out the pants. Probably need to weather up those shoes too, and I'll fix the hands and everything. But I'm well on my way to having a decent Part 4 figure finally.